Hello, good morning. Welcome. Thank you for taking the time to show up. That's what's key here. So by now, you have seen the sales page. You have seen a bit of the program, the I Deserve Better program. It's an emotional empowerment program that's going to help you basically move from fear back to love. Okay? So, if you are an adult child, you're somebody's child that's unhappy, you're dealing with toxic parent or toxic family member, and you really want to change things because you realize life is too short, and quite honestly, you're not happy being unhappy, and you're willing to do something about it, then you're exactly where you need to be. So welcome. Welcome everybody who's tuned in. So today, I really don't want to do a big dog and pony act on selling and pushing the program. Because the bottom line is, now every marketer out there would disagree with me. However, I'm not every other person. Because I learned when it comes to emotions, you really have to want to be happy and make some changes. Okay? And if you don't, and you don't want to invest the time and energy, then no marketing campaign or ad or push is going to make you do that. Okay? So what I really want to talk about, now again, this is an open forum. If there's any questions that you have, this is the time to ask. Okay? So what I want to say is that we are in a group. You chose to be in a group called Stressful Family Relationships because something in your family life isn't working. Okay? And you're not happy right now. And that's why you're here. Okay? But you have to remember that the people that are making you unhappy, they're not going to change. And they're not the ones that you have to try to make change. The focus is really on yourself, okay? Because the only one you have control of. Hi, Kirsten. Thanks for tuning in. I know you've been waiting quite a while for this, and here we are. So feel free to ask me any questions. So remember, the only one we have real control of is ourself, nobody else. All right? And people control us because we allow them to control us because we lack self-confidence, we don't believe in ourselves, and we don't believe that we deserve anything better. So we allow toxic people to control us, and trust me, they will, because they look for people that are vulnerable, emotionally weak people to control. Okay? So what I want to talk to you about really is that, and you'll hear me always talk about this, in life we have two decisions, and we're going to choose them through fear or we're going to choose them through love. Okay? The reason you're here and the reason you're having problems is because your life is mostly fear right now. Okay? You're lacking the self-love, the confidence, you feel bullied, you feel like a victim. So that's all fear mentality. And that's why you're here. This program is going to move you out of fear back into a place of love and self-love. That doesn't mean your parents are going to love you or your nasty Aunt Martha's going to love you. That we can't control. But what we can control is the love that you feel for yourself so that you can change the quality of your life. Okay? Because you got to remember, you are the most important person in your life. Nobody else. Even before your children, if you're a parent, even before your parents, even before, you are the person that you are going to carry through every single day of your life. So if you don't like who you are and you aren't happy with who you are, because your parents or other people have said that you're no good, you're stupid, you'll never amount to anything. All those things that are living in your head, the critical voice that you keep hearing, believing this. It's not true, okay? What's happened is these are the people that raised us. So we tend to believe that what they're saying is the truth because we have no other reason to believe. Why would they lie to us? So when they say nasty things about us, then we believe that's true as well. But you got to remember, wounded people, people that are hurting, people that are unhappy, people that are miserable and mean, people that have been hurt themselves. You don't know your parents' life. For all you know, they had horrible parents as well, but they're never going to tell you that, okay? But the bottom line is when you're a wounded child, you really don't care what your parents' story was because all you feel is your pain. But I'm here to tell you that wounded people wound other people, and that's why they're going after you, okay? Because right now, you're not emotionally strong, so you're a very easy victim, okay? Plus, the family loyalty thing. We always stick around. I remember when my parents were nasty, and I'd always stick around because I felt obligated to stay in this family because they were my parents. And we do that for a couple of reasons. We're afraid people are going to judge us, that we're mean, that we're horrible, disrespectful children. We also do it because we feel loyalty, that this is what we're supposed to do. And we're also afraid of change. We're also afraid that if we stand up for ourselves and do something about it, that means my life is going to change. And typically it is going to change. But it's going to change for the better, all right? It can't get much worse than this. So that's why you're here and you're unhappy. The only way you're going to become happy is taking the time and the effort and the energy to do the healing, to move yourself from fear back into a place of self-love. Because that's why you're depressed, that's why you're angry, that's why you feel suicidal, whatever's going on in your life. It's because you believe you're not worthy, that you're not a good person. And that's totally not true, okay? You have valuable qualities, and the world would not be the same place without you in it, okay? But you've lost yourself to fear, and now you're so used to living like that that you've become comfortable with the pain, okay? And I know that sounds crazy, but what happens is a lot of people only know that life, so they don't want to do anything about it because this is familiar to them. This is comfortable to them. Doing something different is not comfortable for them, okay? Plus, some people are afraid of their own power. They know deep down inside that they're meant to do bigger things and help people and be a better person. But they're afraid of how that's going to change their life. So a lot of times we actually choose to stay in what we think is normal and we stay stuck, okay? But I'm going to tell you that staying stuck in pain and dysfunction is only going, like some people think that it has no effects. That's not going to affect them in the long run. It's going to affect you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, okay? It's going to affect your health all the way around. Your physical body, now I'm speaking as an energy person. You have the energy field around you. What happens is, if you stay in negativity, because we're meant to be in a place of love. Fear is not natural to us. Love is natural to us. So fear has its purpose, all right? Fear pushes us. Fear makes us protect ourselves from doing stupid things. But what happens is when you stay in fear too long, and for many, many, many years, okay, it starts to break down your energy field. So your energy field, we have 7 layers of aura, starts to break down. Eventually, it's going to hit the physical body. And when it does, it's going to show up as a disease of some sort, okay? So not healing your emotions will attack your physical body. At some point, it's going to show up as disease. Mentally, it robs us of our peace. We'll never have peace of mind, okay? Because our mind will constantly be, telling us things and worrying about things and thinking about things, so you'll never get peace of mind. This is why people can't sleep at night, because they're constantly thinking, worrying, doubting, fear, okay? Emotionally, that's going to do a number on your health, all right? You're never going to feel happy. You're never going to feel loved. You're always going to feel lonely. You're never going to feel like you belong. That's what happens when we live in fear, okay? Spiritually, we're going to lose our connection to God and to something bigger than us. And when you lose your faith and you let fear take over and lose your faith, this is why a lot of people give up on their lives, okay? Because they feel there's no hope. So fear does a number on us, okay? So I want you to think of this program as not just some, program that you have to do. This is about moving you back to what is really normal for you, which is love, right? So love is the only freedom. That's where freedom lives. Because I talk about emotional freedom. The only way to be emotionally free is to operate in a place of love. Now, that doesn't mean that you're never going to feel angry, sad, jealous, or negative emotions. You will. The only difference is you're not going to stay there for years and years and lose energy and be unhappy about it. Now I'll give you an example. Just this past week, I received a text message from one of my sisters, which I've disassociated from because she's toxic. Now, when I read it, you know what? I didn't have any effect. In fact, I felt sad for her. The text was insulting, it was threatening, and then at the very end, she wanted to be my friend. Okay, so I actually feel sad for her because she's missing me. But I love myself enough to respect myself enough to realize that when I read it, she still hasn't changed. And she's still in a very dark place, angry place. So it's not in my best interest to reconnect. But I learned that through my self-healing. The old Rita would have been emailing her back and yelling at her and defending myself and losing all kinds of energy to this toxic person. So remember, they're always going to come at you. You're always going to, meet somebody in the grocery store, or someone in your family's going to say something. But when you're emotionally strong, okay, and you're more evolved, meaning more mature than they are, then you're not going to react and lose energy and lose sleep over this nonsense anymore. That's how you're going to achieve peace, okay? Everybody's looking for peace. But again, the true freedom is love. And the only way to live your life in love is you got to love yourself again. You got to get rid of all the garbage and all the noise and all the blame and the guilt and the shame and the anger and the sadness that you've been carrying for years and years and years. Okay? So this program is going to help you do that. Now, emotional healing is not a quick fix. I'll tell you right now. If you're looking for a magical pill, Rita, give me the pill, give me the answer, then this program's not for you. All right? I didn't get to this place overnight. It took a long time to invest in it. But you got to remember, you're going to be around for a very long time, God willing. Okay? Do you want to live your life the same way you are today, right now? So why not keep investing in improving your health and getting happy so the rest of your life will be happy and peaceful? Okay? So you got to remember, there's no quick fix. Don't email me and say, Rita, I want this to be done in 2 weeks. And I'm going to say, I can't help you. Okay? Remember, think about how old you are now. How long have you been living with dysfunction? So it's going to take time to get you back into a place of love. Okay? So I'm being very clear about that this program, there's 3 stages. One is a master class. So you don't have to take the 4th stage, but you do have to take the 3 if you want to get to this place of peace that I'm talking about. Okay? So the first stage that I've released is stage 1, and that's emotional awareness. That means we're going to look into your family life. We're going to look into where this all started, okay? Because when you were born, you were perfect. You loved yourself as a child, and you had no problems till your parents started to tell you that you are a problem, okay? So stage 1, we're going to look at the root, okay, which means the family. Going to talk about mother, talk about father. We're going to talk about your unhappiness. So we have to talk about the symptoms. What's going on with you right now, all right? Stage 2 we'll talk about in the future, but stage 2 is the healing process, okay? That's where you become emotionally free, where you start to let go of the junk, okay? Because right now you're holding on really tight to your anger, to your sadness, to your victimhood, because you feel justified. My mother's an ass, so this is why I'm being this way. And she probably is, because again, she's wounded, she hasn't done the work on herself, so this is all she knows, okay? So you're holding on to this stuff. Now, how does that make you feel? Clearly, you're not happy, or you wouldn't be here, okay? So you have to think about that. How do you want to live the rest of your life? The same way you feel today? Because, trust me, you will continue to be miserable, but the only difference is that you could potentially develop sickness and get more unhappy and more bitter, okay? And I don't believe you want that for yourself, or you wouldn't be here, okay? There's inside of you, there's beauty there. You are God's creation. He's made you like nobody else on the planet. There's no other person like you, okay? So we need you to shine and to be the best version of yourself, especially now. We are in a world of crisis. There's more fear on the planet than there's ever been. So, we need people to wake up out of fear, to remember who they are, and to go back to a place of love so that they can have the courage to be who they are, live an authentic life, and bring all their gifts and talents to the world. That's what we need here. And that's why I feel in my heart that I'm supposed to help you do that, okay? So many times people have said to me, give up, Rita. Nobody really wants to fix their dysfunctional family. Nobody wants to talk about it. And by looking at how many people have tuned in today, I would agree. But I know that deep down in my heart that I'm being led to do this. Because even if I help you, even if I help just you, then I know I have served. Okay? So that's why I'm here, basically. Now, if you have any questions, now I'm not going to get into a lot about pushing the program. The program is $11.97. Now, if you might be going, oh my God, that's a lot of money. Well, I want you to think of it this way, that you've got 10 weeks of programs and each one, okay, is paying for those coaching. But aside from that, because trust me, I'm not getting rich off of this. This costs me more money to do than I make back. Honestly, it's not a sales push. This to me is about investing in your happiness, because you got to remember, we always say it, and we keep needing reminders that life is too short to be unhappy and miserable, okay? And you're letting these toxic people rob you of your joy. Is that what you want? You keep empowering them by being angry. Remember this, and this is what I've learned. The best way to deal with a toxic person is be nice to them. They hate that, okay? Now, I know it's not easy. You can't be nice when you're angry, mad, and upset, okay? But when you evolve and you learn how to control your emotions, not suppress them, that's not control, being in control of them, okay? Like yesterday, I'll give you an example. Let me just finish the thought because I jump around. There's power there, okay? I sent flowers to somebody who lost their husband yesterday, and the delivery got messed up, okay? So, of course, my first reaction, I was angry because I really wanted to give love to that wife by giving her the flowers. So my first reaction, and that's what I'm saying, you're going to always have negative emotions. The difference is you know how to manage them, okay? So I called the place back and I managed the situation in a powerful way without losing my marbles. Guess what? The flowers got delivered, everything worked out. So you need to learn these skills on how to manage your emotions, because if you're just losing your marbles all the time, people aren't going to respect you. That's the bottom line. People respect those that are confident, that are strong, okay, that speak in very powerful ways. Those are the people that people respect. They don't, after a while, when you're just playing the victim and you're feeling sorry for yourself, you're angry all the time, people are just going to shut down. They're going to say, oh, there she is. Shut down. Especially now, people have zero attention span, okay? They have the attention span of a tsetse fly. So if you're already foaming at the mouth or feeling sorry for yourself, everyone's going to go, you know what? I don't have time for this. And that's what they're going to do. But when you're emotionally strong and you have control of your emotions, the best way to get toxic people back, if you want to say it that way, is by being in control and no longer being their victim, okay? My family consistently trying to take shots at me. You know why? Because they know they can't control me anymore, okay? I still love and wish them well. I've gone through the forgiveness process, but I owe it to myself to be in a healthier place so I don't associate with them. So when my sister sent me that text message and I read it, I actually feel sorry for them. See, they keep wanting to be part of my world, because in my world, there's peace there. There's unconditional love there, okay? And everyone wants to gravitate there, but they're doing it in all the wrong ways. So that's what I mean about being powerful. After a while, they're going to try to get your energy because they're used to getting your energy. But after a while, when they realize that they're not going to get your energy, they're going to leave you alone, okay? Because now you've become way too much work, when there's so many other vulnerable people that they can attack. It's so sad. That's why I want to reach so many people and teach them these skills, okay? Love always wins. Let me say it again. Love always wins. See, now a lot of times people think that fear is stronger because it's intimidating, it's bullying, it's controlling. So people think that's strength. That's actually weakness, okay? Because we can all get angry. That's so easy. Anger is an easy trigger, okay? But to be upset and hold your power and use anger when necessary in a emotionally intelligent way, now that's power. And nobody wants to go up against that, okay? I'm at a place now I say bring it, because I've learned how to do that. And I'm very well, experienced enough to teach you how to do it. Bottom line, like I'm a tiny little thing, and a lot of times the biggest people I know are intimidated by me. Now, my ego, my flesh, sort of gets a kick out of it, but at the end of the day, what they're seeing and feeling in me is my energy. Very strong, big energy. And it has to be this big to take on a very difficult task like ending family dysfunction, because no one wants to touch it. But I'll tell you, in my opinion, this is why the world's gone to shit, because it's all operating in fear. Somewhere, generation after generation, we've lost sight of what's true and what's real and what matters. That's love. That's all that matters. And don't underestimate the power of love, okay? A lot of times people think that's really flaky and, love is mushy. And no, the power of love can heal anything. People can learn to forgive. If you work through this program, you're going to actually learn at some point how to forgive your perpetrators, whether it's your parents, whether it's your sister, your brothers, your cousin, your uncles, whoever the hell's driving you nuts right now. And again, forgiveness is not weakness. Let me tell you, I'm going to say that again. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is power. Because a lot of times people mix up what forgiveness is. It means you're just going to sweep it under the rug and let those morons treat you bad again. No. Okay? Forgiveness is I'm no longer willing to carry all this garbage around with me anymore. I'm done with it. So I'm going to release it back to you. I'm going to forgive myself for what I've done to contribute to this negativity, and I'm going to heal my heart again. But I choose not to be bitter, crusty, angry, and controlling. Because I'll tell you one thing, and I see it all the time, okay? You will become what you hate right now if you do not heal your emotions. I see it all the time. I've had clients go, my mother's a pain in the ass, I can't stand her, I'm never going to be like her. But guess what? If they don't do the work, they become what they despise. And before you know it, they become exactly like the parent they hate. Why? Because they don't know better. And what happens is we default. We end up defaulting because a lack of knowledge and skills and pure ignorance, because we don't know better, okay? But I'm telling you, I have learned how to change things and make things better, how to live. I'm a better mother than my mother was. God bless her, she means well, but she went through a lot. I mean, I know this, and this course, okay, is not about beating up your parents. It's not about that, okay? But it's not about letting them off the hook either, okay? We need to start doing the healing work. And part of it is we're going to look at our parents and the relationship with them, okay? Because this is where it all started. When you were born, they started off with good intentions. They brought you home, they loved you, they wanted to be the best parents ever. But then as time goes on, unfortunately, you start to grow up, you start to have your own opinions, you start to become a very independent person. You're not giving them the love that they want, right? And they feel afraid now because they're losing you because you're becoming independent. That's not true, but this is how they think. So then they feel that I can't lose the love, so I need to control this person. So they start controlling you. And a lot of times, they don't even know they're doing it, okay? They're doing it unconsciously because of fear, okay? Then you feel more controlled and less love. So now you're pushing back. Before you know it, you got a power struggle, okay? Parents and children. Then the parent may favor one of your siblings. And then because they're so much more like them and you're not. So now you're the black sheep. I was a black sheep in my family. I hate that phrase. And now you feel jealous for your siblings because you feel they're getting love and you're not. So now we have a power struggle with the siblings, you know. And this continues generation after generation. Then you feel horrible if you yell at your parents and disconnect because society keeps telling us that we're supposed to suck it up, get over it, and just go and make amends with your parents, okay? Because they're your parents. It's in the Bible. You're going to go to hell. And, you know, we just had Mother's Day, and I don't know if you saw my video, but I swear when it was Mother's Day, I would literally sit at the, store card section trying to find a Mother's Day card that actually fit the relationship I had with my mother. Because they all went on and on about how mothers are wonderful and, caring and loving. They don't want to touch dysfunction with a 10-foot pole. But yet, over 90% of every family has some form of dysfunction. That is so twisted, okay? It's like, I don't get it. Because maybe they don't want to heal dysfunction. Maybe there's a lot of money to be made by people going to psychiatrists and taking medication. I don't know. I said it out loud, okay? But I feel, especially in the world we're living right now, look at what's going on here, okay? Fear, COVID fear, more fear, this fear, that fear. Families are falling apart and being torn apart because of fear. This to me is so sad. It breaks my heart because what about the children that are growing up that are being told it's wrong to touch, it's wrong to hug? This is not healthy, okay? So I feel in my heart that I'm supposed to help families heal, okay? Now that doesn't mean that you're going to rekindle a healthy relationship with your parents or your siblings or your family members. You may or you may not. The whole goal of this program is to help you get happy and reach a place of peace again, okay? Because right now, you're operating in fear. And everything you touch is going to either be negative or unhappy. So I want to make your life, the remaining part of your life, happy, okay? And that doesn't mean, don't get me wrong, that does not mean that everything you're going to be in this sort of space where it's phony and you're always pretending you're happy. No, like people that know me, you could already see in my video, I'm very passionate, okay? I'm very loving, I'm very patient, and I'm very understanding, okay? However, we all have another part of us, okay, which I call Rebel Rita. She comes out to play when she needs to stand up for herself or protect the ones that she loves. My children, my spouse, my family, my friends, or a vulnerable person, whether they be sick or a child. I have a very soft spot for children, okay, because they're so innocent. They don't know better. When you were a child, you didn't know better. We didn't ask for the parents we got. And some of them are great. The ones that have beautiful parents, God bless you, because you'll never know the pain of what it feels like that the person who's supposed to love you the most is hurting you the most. If you have a loving parent, God bless you, I'm so happy for you. But if you don't, you'll never know what that feels like. It's no different than somebody who's struggling with cancer or diabetes or heart disease or some debilitating disease. We never truly know what that feels like for the person, okay? And it's the same for living in dysfunction. You know, you're meant to be happy. You are a beautiful soul, okay? And like I said earlier, there's nobody on the planet like you. So do you think that was, a mistake? Like, God doesn't make mistakes. He made you perfectly the way every hair on your head, although mine's a little weird right now, everything about you was specifically designed because He needs you here to do His work. All right? You are valuable. Like and this is another reason why I've done this program. The thing I love the most, and that's why you have to sort of say, why am I doing this? Like, most people don't want to show up. Most people don't want to talk about this subject. So I say to myself, Rita, why in the hell do you keep beating your head against the wall and trying to do this? I'll tell you why. Because I love love, and I love peace, and I love watching people live their life authentically. What that means is, if you're a painter and you have the courage to paint, I see beauty there. Like, it's incredible, and no one else can do it but you, okay? If you're a baker, if you're a truck driver, if you're whatever you are, work in retail, it doesn't matter what you are. If you're doing it in a place of love, people are going to feel that energy, okay? People are going to gravitate to you. You're never going to be alone. People want to be in your space. And what happens is love evolves. When you are in a place of love, you create and attract more love. So you have so much love in your life that you're full. So when some toxic moron, and you will find them, your family members, people on the street, the grocery store, especially now with COVID, come to you when you're in a place of love, they can subconsciously feel your energy, okay? And they're not going to touch it. They're going to move away. Okay, let me give you an example how true this is, because problem with energy, we can't see it, so we don't think it's real, but we all feel each other's energy all the time, okay? So one time I put energy, like I it's hard to explain to keep it simple here, but I basically have control of my energy. So I made it bigger, okay? I made my energy, just put it out there. And back when you used to be able to go into stores, I went shopping. And I did this experiment where I put huge loving energy around me, okay, when I went into the mall. Now what happened is there was a toxic guy, giving the cashier a hard time. And he was really challenging person. And he kept walking around to other people to bait them. And they kept getting angry and losing their energy to him. And I kept trying to get close to the guy to get him to interact with me. Do you know he wouldn't go there? He wouldn't say anything to me, no matter how hard I tried to get in his space. He wouldn't go near me. Why? Because my energy was love, and they're not used to love. They're used to fear, okay? So here's the thing. You're never going to win a toxic person by being as toxic as they are, because you're love, they're fear, okay? So they don't know how to operate in a place of love. But if you choose to react and be reactive, now they're going to win because they're good at it. Narcissists, controllers, bullies, they're really good at it. They've been this way for many, many years. You're here today because you're not good at it. You know why you're not good at it? Because you have a sensitive heart. Because you're more love than fear, okay? And people like us, we can't, as tough as we want to be, we can never be that way, okay? That's why you're hurting. That's why you're in pain, okay? Because you only know love. And you're defending yourself, and you're being beat up all the time. So I want to take you back to who you are. and bring back your personal power and that freedom. That's what it is. Freedom is love, okay? Because there's no freedom like that. No one can rob you of it. They can try, but they're never going to succeed because love trumps fear all the time, all right? That's why they just keep generating more and more fear on the planet right now because that's how they control, okay? But if you're in a place of personal empowerment, even with all this chaos and this noise, they will not take your energy, okay? Now, it doesn't mean you don't feel fear, okay? But you won't lose your energy and be out of control, all right? So that's basically, without getting into all this dog and pony act about what this course is, because I don't believe in that. You know, I've given you a couple days to look at the sales page, and it's really hard to communicate what I'm feeling versus on a page that you're reading. That's why I want to come live today for you to really see my passion and understand what this program is, okay? So if you choose to enroll, now remember, I'm going to work with you every step of the way. This isn't about me capturing your money and saying, okay, gotcha, sucker, see you later, have fun with that. No. And if you're not happy with it, then you know what, I'll give you your money back. But at the end of the day, like I said earlier, for those that tuned in, you got to remember it's not a quick fix. We're going to work through it. There's going to be videos. So I'm going to be talking to you. There's even an opportunity to speak to me because I know when you're going through this, I had to figure this all out myself. And one of the biggest things that I wished for was that I got to speak to the teacher, okay? I got to speak to her or him and tell them my situation, okay? So I've added that. So if you're on today and you're thinking about this program and whether it's good for you, you know, contact me, ask me. I'm a live person. I'm not going to, you know, push you back with my energy. I want to welcome you in, okay? And ask me questions, email me, because I can't read your mind. I don't know what you need, okay? You need to tell me. So the other thing I want to offer you is a free 30-minute chat with me, okay? It's an emotional, it's actually emotional health assessment. So what I'll do is I'll put the link to the calendar. There's no cost to this, okay? So basically, I'm not going to push you. We're going to go through this quick assessment and sort of see where your emotional health is at. And, you know, what level is it at? Is it healthy? Is it sort of so-and-so? Or is it in the danger zone? Okay? And then this will give you a little snapshot of sort of where you're at emotionally in your health. Okay? You know, do I need to do something now? Or am I good? But I'm guessing you're here because you're not good. Okay? And there's no shame in that. So if this interests you, again, 30 minutes, we talk over Zoom. We get to have a face-to-face and share your story with me. And we'll see if the program's a good fit for you. Okay? So, yeah, of course I went off and said a whole bunch of things that I was going to talk about the program. I hope I've answered your questions. But basically I want to say you have to be ready for this. You have to want to do the work, and you have to be brutally honest with yourself, okay? If you're going to lie to yourself and you're going to be in denial, then I can't help you, and nobody can help you, okay? The first thing you have to do is admit there's a problem here, okay? And you're not happy, and you don't like your story right now, okay? Because to me, from my experience, there's two ways people deal with things. They either get angry and reactive, or they get quiet and they go in denial, okay? That to me is the most dangerous place. Pretending there's not a problem, internalizing things, does so much damage to your health, okay? But anger, even though it's destructive, it's actually a better place to be. Because when you're angry, you're at a point where you say, I deserve better. You know what? I'm done with this. So anger pushes us to want to change, okay? And don't be afraid of change, because change is inevitable. Change, people waste so much energy trying to change and stay the same. And you know what? If we stayed the same, we'd still be in the dark ages. So even with the crazy in the world, it's going to bring good change, okay, at some point. Yes, there's going to be some ugly. Same with your emotional healing. As we go through the process, you're going to, some sadness is going to come out. Some anger is going to come out. Some denial, like whatever. All these emotions are going to come out. But that's what needs to happen. The reason you're not happy now is that you pushed all these emotions down inside of you, because that's what we were told to do. When we grew up with our parents, they told us to shut up, stop saying that, don't talk like that, don't think like that. So as an energy healer, I could tell you, energy has to come out, okay? So if you're pushing it down, it's going to break down your body. And at some point, you're going to get sick. That's what happens, okay? So this program, between you and I working together, we're going to get those emotions out. And we're going to get rid of them. Because the beautiful thing is, once you release the negative emotions, they no longer can control you. Okay? That's how it works. The reason that you're angry, sad, mad, sick is because you're losing energy. You're trying to push this down. I'll give you an example. I tell my clients, have you ever gone to the beach, took a beach ball, and tried to push the beach ball down in the water and hold it down? Hard, right? After a while, your arms get tired, and after a while, eventually, if you let go, it explodes. That's what's happening to your emotions. That for years and years, you have pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, pushed down, and now your arms are getting tired, and you're losing your marbles, and you're reacting, and you want to let go, okay? But I will help you let go in a healthier way, in a safer way, okay? In a loving way that will be able to let go of this pressure, and it's gone, okay? Because I can tell you, once you heal a negative emotion, it's gone. Once you get rid of that suppressed, it's gone, okay? And that's how it works. So I hope that was a good example. Does anybody have any questions? Because Rita's talked your ear off. Any questions before I let you go? Okay, I want to thank you for investing in your time. Okay, this isn't about me. This is for you. If nobody showed up today, I would still be here, trying to help that one person that's hiding in the back. Okay, because remember, one person can change the world, and maybe you're the person that needs to change the world. But I have to get you in a happy place first, a loving place. Okay, so with that, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again for investing in your health. This is the biggest step. The biggest step is admitting that you need help. We all do. Okay, we all need help. We all need each other. All right? And take advantage of the 30-minute emotional health assessment. I'm going to put the link on this replay. Sign up. Talk to me. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your story. Okay? I want to see how I can help you. Okay? So from my heart to yours, God bless you. Stay hopeful. Help is here. Okay? Now you got to take the next step. I want you to meditate on it. All right? Go into yourself, meditate, and see if this is a good fit for you, and if it feels right. And if so, then register. Okay, let's get started. If you're not quite sure yet, sign up for the 30-minute chat. Okay, and we'll start there. And then maybe after talking to me, you'll know whether you're connected or not. Okay? So God bless you. Please stay hopeful. I love you. God loves you. We need you. So let's get well, let's get happy, and let's get our power back. Okay? So I'll see you next time. Stay in the light of truth.